We live in an age where data is the new oil, driving the engines of our digital economy. Yet most of us remain unaware of how our personal information is harvested, traded, and used, often without our explicit consent. Today, I will take you on a journey through the world of data brokers and explore how they handle your data, the implications of their actions, and what you can do to protect your privacy. What are data brokers? Data brokers are entities that collect, process, and sell personal information about individuals. These brokers compile data from various sources to create detailed profiles that are then sold to companies, governments, and other organizations. The concept of data brokerage is not new. It has evolved significantly from simple mailing lists to sophisticated digital profiles. In the past, data brokers might have relied on public records and simple surveys. Today, they harness the power of the internet, social media, mobile apps, and other digital platforms to gather vast amounts of information. Data brokers collect data on our online activities, purchases, social interactions, and even our physical movements. How data brokers collect data? Data brokers employ a myriad of methods to gather data. Public records such as voter registrations, property records, and court documents are prime sources. However, the digital age has opened up a plethora of additional data streams. Social media platforms, e-commerce sites, mobile apps, and even smart devices collect and share data with brokers. Some of the methods include tracking cookies and pixels. These small pieces of code track user activity across websites. Data purchases. Companies sell user data collected from their services. Scraping public databases. Extracting information from publicly accessible sites. User surveys and contests. Collecting data directly from users through incentives. While many of these practices are legal, they often operate in gray areas of consent and transparency. Some data brokers have also been caught engaging in illegal activities, such as hacking or using deceptive practices to obtain information. What data brokers do with your data? Once collected, data brokers analyze and categorize the information to create comprehensive profiles. These profiles include demographic details, purchase history, online behavior, and more. The primary purpose of these profiles is to enable precise targeting for advertising and marketing. For instance, a company launching a new product can purchase data to identify potential customers who fit a specific profile. Political campaigns use data to target voters with tailored messages. In some cases, data is sold to credit agencies, insurance companies, and employers for background checks and risk assessments. The commodification of personal data has created a lucrative market. Major players in the industry include Experian, Axiom, and Equifax, each managing vast databases containing billions of records. The economic value of data. Data is often described as the new currency of the digital age. The data brokerage industry is a multi-billion-dollar market, with some estimates suggesting it could exceed $200 billion in value. Companies are willing to pay top dollar for accurate, comprehensive data that can give them a competitive edge. Revenue models in this industry vary. Some brokers sell raw data, while others offer analytics and insights as a service. Subscription models are also common, where clients pay for ongoing access to updated data. The value of data is derived from its ability to inform decisions, enhance marketing strategies, and ultimately drive sales and growth. Privacy concerns. The practices of data brokers raise significant privacy concerns. One of the primary issues is the lack of transparency. Most people are unaware of what data is collected about them, who has access to it, and how it is used. This lack of visibility can lead to misuse and abuse of personal information. There have been numerous cases where data brokers have been found selling sensitive information, such as medical records, without proper consent. Additionally, data breaches and cyber attacks pose constant threats, exposing personal data to malicious actors. The regulatory landscape is struggling to keep up with the rapid advancements in data collection and processing technologies. Impact on individuals. The impact of data brokerage on individuals can be profound. Imagine receiving targeted advertisements for products you discussed privately, or being denied a loan because of a profile created without your knowledge. These scenarios illustrate how data brokerage can influence our lives in ways we may not fully understand. Moreover, the constant surveillance and profiling can have psychological effects. Knowing that our every move is being tracked can create a sense of paranoia and loss of control. Socially, it can lead to discrimination and bias, as data profiles are used to make decisions that affect employment, credit, and more. Ethical implications. The ethical implications of data brokerage are a topic of heated debate. On one hand, data brokers argue that they provide valuable services that drive economic growth and innovation. On the other hand, critics highlight the issues of consent and autonomy. Should individuals have more control over their personal data? Are data brokers acting in the best interests of society? These questions touch on broader ethical considerations around privacy, fairness, and the balance of power between individuals and corporations. There is a growing call for data brokers to adopt more ethical practices and for greater accountability in how personal data is handled. Regulation and legislation. In response to mounting concerns, several regulations have been introduced globally to protect individuals' data. The General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, in Europe is one of the most comprehensive frameworks, granting individuals greater control over their personal data and imposing strict penalties for non-compliance. In the United States, laws like the California Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, provide similar protections, though the regulatory landscape is more fragmented. Many other countries are also developing their own data protection laws, reflecting a global trend towards increased regulation of data brokerage activities. Consumer rights and protections. Consumers have certain rights when it comes to their personal data. These include the right to access data collected about them, the right to correct inaccuracies, and the right to request the deletion of their data. Various tools and resources are available to help individuals exercise these rights. Organizations like the Electronic Frontier Foundation, EFF, and the Privacy Rights Clearinghouse provide valuable information and support for consumers looking to protect their data. Additionally, various online tools allow individuals to monitor and control the information shared about them. Steps to protect your data. Protecting your data requires a proactive approach. Here are some best practices. Regularly review privacy settings on social media and other platforms. Use strong, unique passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Be cautious with personal information. Avoid sharing unnecessary details online. Monitor your digital footprint. Use tools to see what information is publicly available. Opt out when possible. Take advantage of opt-out options provided by data brokers and marketing firms. By taking these steps, you can significantly reduce the amount of data available to brokers and enhance your privacy. The future of data brokerage. The future of data brokerage is likely to be shaped by technological advancements and evolving regulations. Emerging trends such as artificial intelligence and machine learning will enable even more sophisticated data collection and analysis techniques. However, increased awareness and advocacy for privacy rights will also drive changes in industry practices. We can expect to see more stringent regulations and greater transparency requirements. Companies may also adopt more ethical approaches to data handling, focusing on building trust with consumers. The balance between innovation and privacy will be a key factor in the future landscape of data brokerage. Conclusion. In conclusion, data brokers play a significant role in the digital economy by collecting and selling personal information. While their activities can drive economic growth and innovation, they also pose serious privacy risks and ethical challenges. As individuals, it is crucial to be aware of how our data is used and take steps to protect our privacy. Governments and regulatory bodies must continue to develop and enforce laws that safeguard our personal information. Meanwhile, Data brokers should strive to operate transparently and ethically, respecting the rights and autonomy of individuals. Together, we can create a digital environment where data is used responsibly and privacy is upheld.